Hey guys, what's up? Sorry about the sunlight. It's very sunny out today. Today I just made an announcement saying that I finished my treatment for my eating disorder. Yay. It's been 3 years on and off, but I went into residential at Silver Hill in the beginning of April. It's not been an easy road, but I definitely really learned a lot throughout this tough journey. And my goal is to help others who may be going through this journey or something like it, or even something totally different. Really, I'm just trying to help anybody who needs help. And I would be happy to answer any messages, any questions, or comments that you guys may have. I'm simply just trying to raise awareness. I'm not doing this for any other reason besides that. So today I would like to share with you a poem that I wrote when I was at Silver Hill Hospital. I've been living by this poem for the whole time, and honestly, when I created it, my intention was to list like every negative feeling and kind of contradict it with a more positive outlook or feeling. So, there is a religious comment in there. I apologize to those who are not religious or of different religions. I'm not biased towards anyone, or I'm not like against any religion. I just wanted to kind of give a warning. But without further ado, I will share my poem with you. Okay. It's called A Moment to Be Inspired, and I wrote this on April 26th of 2017. Don't feel sad, for there is always a reason to feel happy. Don't feel angry, for there are ways to let those emotions out. Don't frown, for there is always a reason to smile. Don't be impulsive, for there is enough time to think things through. Don't feel guilty, for there are reasons to be proud. Don't apologize for having opinions, for you have a voice to be heard. Don't feel confused, for it will all make sense in the end. Don't be afraid, for you are courageous and brave. Don't waste time with hatred, for there's far more love in your heart. Don't hold grudges, for there is always room for forgiveness. Don't feel shameful, for there is no shame for being a child of God. Don't feel weak, for you carry so much strength. Don't be sorry for asking for help, for not every challenge can be faced alone. Don't feel discouraged, for one mistake doesn't make it the end. Don't feel unloved, for there is always an open hand and open arms. Don't be impatient, for you have plenty of time in your life. Don't give up, for there is always a reason to stay motivated. Don't forget loved ones, for they are your shelter in times of storm. Don't be impatient with others, for they are humans, just like you. These are just some examples of all the struggles you may face, but always remember you're here for a reason. Only you can love yourself, and until then, don't worry about anyone else. Now, there are a few things in this poem that I would like to emphasize, specifically lines that I'd like to repeat and kind of talk about how I came to this conclusion or thought. The first one will be don't feel confused, for it will all make sense in the end. A lot of times people start questioning, like, why is this happening to me? What's the point? Like, why couldn't I have stopped this? And those questions bring a lot of self-judgment and self-anger and just a general negative feeling towards the self. And what I'm trying to emphasize here is try not to look in the past and start asking all these questions. Rather, kind of like look towards the future and be like, okay, what can come out of this? Or what can I do to change this? And a lot of people tend to say, like, they believe in everything has a reason. I honestly am one of those people. But the question is, can you handle not knowing the reason sometimes? That's a huge question that I was faced with for many years, and now I've come to the conclusion that I can handle not knowing the reason for everything. That's what makes life exciting. If you know the reason to everything, what's the point of living, right? I mean, you learn every day, you experience things every day, and evolution is just consistently happening. That's the greatest thing about life, because nothing is ever the same. Things are constantly changing and growing and evolving. And if you sit there and question why everything's happening, well, you're not having the chance that you're meant to have to grow and evolve. So that's where that came from. Another one that I would really like to emphasize is don't feel discouraged for one mistake doesn't make it the end. A lot of times I hear people say, like, in particular to eating disorders, oh gosh, I had one unhealthy thing today. Well, the whole day's ruined. I might as well just binge or, use a behavior that's negative. And I apologize for any triggers. It's not my intention, obviously. And another thing is, if we weren't meant to make mistakes, why would we wake up every day? That's a question that I ask myself, and I often ask my girlfriend. We're given kind of a redo button every single day when we wake up. If we do things wrong, you learn from it, and that's how people learn, from experiences and making mistakes and learning the proper ways to do things, even though there may not always be a proper way. Sometimes things are just done the way that people think they need to be done, and there's nothing wrong with that. But just because one mistake happens, and this is out to all my fellow perfectionists, it's okay. I promise, it's okay. You'll live another day, and you'll try it again. You don't give up, because, like I said, why would we wake up every day? So, another one that I really like is don't give up, for there is always a reason to stay motivated. This is true, but the question more line is, do you have the inner strength to look for that motivation? If you don't, then reach out, ask for help. What I find helpful is writing down a list of things that I like, or people in my life that I love, and like what my future goals are, and just things that I have to look forward to. And a lot of people will say, like, oh, I have nothing to look forward to, like, I'm going nowhere, like, I'm stuck here. That's okay. We all feel like that at times, but what you can do for that person, or for yourself if you're the one going through it, is kind of check in with somebody and, ask them, what gets you through the day? Or what are you looking forward to? Sometimes sharing in other people's experiences is what can get you out of that hole. However, nothing gets done until you change it yourself. So, if you're not in the position to reach out, that's okay. But I really advise you to at least journal, or even kind of just do a recording or check in with yourself and see what's going on. Most of the time it's something that you're afraid of, or something that happened that you're ashamed of, or some kind of negative emotion. And if that's the case, try referring to this poem and try flipping it around to a different perspective. Another one that I really like is don't be impatient with others, for they are humans just like you. So I'm kind of going back to the thing where, like, everyone makes mistakes, it's okay to mess up because we're given a redo button. If we were to be punished for our mistakes, we wouldn't wake up and get the opportunity to fix them. That's just my belief, and if anybody has any different beliefs, that's totally fine. In fact, comment them, and I'd like to hear, and then I can learn something, Like I said, everybody's learning, everybody's evolving, and you can learn from other people's mistakes as well. Relating with or to somebody is a huge way for two people to help each other out. I know when my girlfriend and I struggle from certain experiences, we both kind of learn, oh, you know what, that happened to me recently, and this is what I did to get out of it. Or I did this by mistake, and this is where I ended up. Either way, you can help somebody, and you can even help yourself. So, thanks for listening to my poem, guys. Again, I apologize if I offended anybody or their beliefs. That's not my intention at all. That's just to kind of share my personal story and my personal beliefs, and of course, everything is up for interpretation. And if anybody would like to share their own beliefs or experiences, please feel free to comment below or even message me personally. Please subscribe, as I will be posting more videos about my journey. Thanks, guys. Much love.